I chose basketball of all sports just because that's ultimately the one that I found I enjoyed the most. At first I played soccer, and then kind of as I grew more, my mom put me into basketball, and I just felt like I had a passion for it. I think relative to other forwards, I would say just how my play style is similar to a forward, except for athletic aspects, such as my motor, are I guess some things that I would say makes me a forward. It was really cool. It was definitely an experience that I'm not gonna forget, and that's not something I take for granted at all. And I know a lot of people don't do that, so I do cherish that moment. I would say a lot of the practices I did just had a lot of memories of just guys trying to taunt each other and kind of bring out a competitive spirit. I do have a lot of memories of kind of that road game atmosphere, of just people trash talking at you and stuff, and it kind of brings us closer together. The way I balance it, it took a while at the beginning, but overall just having kind of a routine, an everyday routine of time you set aside for basketball and then time you set aside for work, kind of eventually once you get into building those kind of a good routine or good habits, eventually it does just kind of come easy. I'm working with a lot of the coaches and a lot of the players on different parts of my game. Defense, dribbling, shooting, footwork, all kinds of things, and just continuing to develop in all aspects of my game. My advice would just be, have a lot of fun. I see a lot of kids taking it, a little too seriously at too early of an age, and just, I would say, learn to love the game, and that just makes things a lot easier. Definitely don't. I feel like a lot of times parents can be a little harsh on children, and that kind of discourages them. But I would just say just have fun with it.
I grew up in a place called Fort Thomas, Kentucky, which is right by the school. It's about 15 minutes away. And I went to Northern Kentucky. I just want to stay close to home, to family. I had a great relationship with my coaches. So that's really why I picked NKU. And then I've been a sports person my whole life, played basketball, football, soccer, baseball growing up, then just really stuck to basketball in high school, and that's where I've been now, and now I'm in college still playing. So yeah, it was definitely not a fun season, definitely some struggles, but I'm doing pretty good now. Doing some stuff on the court now, back in the weight room, getting bigger, stronger, faster, things like that. Definitely a bumpy road, but I'm doing a lot better now. Let's just talk about this year first. I just want this team to come back and win a championship. I want me to get back on track. Like you mentioned, my past, tearing my ACL. So I just want to become better, come back to the player I was. And then a personal dream of mine has always been playing professional basketball. So after I'm done in college, I'm going to go on and try to play pro. We have a lot of workouts all off season. Summer workouts, we go 8 weeks, all June and July. Do a lot of lifting, on-court stuff. And then we have a conditioning program when we come back in August and September, October. We call it 22s, which is down, back, down, back. You gotta do it, so that's 4 times in 22 seconds, then you get the other 38 seconds off, and we go all the way up to 32 times. So it's a lot of running and a bunch of things like that. Youngstown State. We've had a rivalry recently. One of my roommates actually transferred there to Youngstown State, so I know a guy there. And every time we play them, it's just a lot of beef between each others, and it gets intense and it's fun.
Growing up, when I was, I think, in 4th or 5th grade, I seen my brother playing basketball. And when he was young, I would always go to the park. I had a court like 30 seconds from my house. And, it was just something to do. I didn't really play any games or anything like that as a kid, so I would just go to the court, and I just fell in love with the game after that. Special memory would probably be the buzzer beater that my teammate and roommate Randall, he had off a free throw to advance us into the finals. Well, in at NKU, we have like an academic advisor, and so we get priority on classes and scheduling and stuff. So it just fits around all of that. And then our academic advisor will make sure we're on top of things, classes, like workload and stuff like that. So for me, it's pretty easy, like first year for sure. Advice I would give to probably younger players is to like fall in love with the game, and kind of what Kian has said earlier, like don't take it too seriously. And another thing, like if you're like serious about it, to stay patient and consistent, and also have discipline within like what you're trying to do or achieve in that sport.